Namaskar, this is BN Kumar. In this video, we shall discuss Unimech Aerospace Manufacturing Limited. Unimech, as the name suggests, stands for Universal Mechanical. The company is into aerospace, defense, and semiconductors, and many other niche products. I happened to visit Unimech's facility near Bengaluru International Airport recently and met with all the five full-time directors, in fact, the founders, whose names and details are being given below in the description. And I specifically spoke to Mr. Rajanikanth, who is in charge of technology and also, as I said, is a full-time director, and Mr. Ramakrishna, who is the CFO. I began the interview by asking Mr. Rajnikanth as to what is the business model of Unimech. Later, I spoke to their CFO, Mr. Ramakrishna.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity to talk. So we are into primarily two types of businesses. One is aero tooling. In that we have aero engine tooling and as well as airframe tooling. In addition to that, we have precision components and subassembly, which basically works across industries from aerospace, energy, which includes nuclear, semiconductor, and defense. From a prospect of the growth perspective, we literally just scratching the surface here, where in the aero tooling itself, which is close to about 90% of our revenue, there is only a small part that we made a dent. There's a much larger market out there that we can capture. In addition, the second segment, which is precision components and tooling, that is a very large market and it's a growing market, especially in India. And we feel this is actually a great place to grow. And we're confident that we could actually clock right growth.
Application-wise, where do our products go?
In the aero tooling, the aero engine tooling, as the name suggests, is the tools that are used for aero engine assembly, disassembly, inspection, calibration, and transport of engines. In airframe, it is basically to build the aeroplane structure. You use these tools, which are kind of large platform. Again, the aero engine tooling has very, very high precision, high complexity, because any error in the tool gets propagated down to the engine. So you don't want that to happen. In fact, the gold standard is that the tools are actually the gold standard, and you would want it to be very, very precise.
As far as this precision tooling is concerned, space is also a big opportunity. Space, as in spacecraft and space science, as well as nuclear reactors. How do you see prospects for your company there?
So we've already made inroads into the nuclear side of it. In fact, we have orders from NPCL. NPCL is our customer. We are working with Department of Atomic Energy and trying to basically look at growth. As you can see, nuclear energy is one of the cleaner energy sources, and Indian government as well as global governments are looking at adding more nuclear energy sources, and we are working with these companies to see how we can do it. Primarily, we are catering to the Indian nuclear space at this point of time, and there is enough and more opportunities in that. As far as the space is concerned, space is a great market. ISRO is an amazing company, respected throughout the world. This is an area we are trying to make a dent at this point of time.
Most of your business comes from the US, and any other geographies that you are looking at for expansion?
Two answers to that. One, yes, US is actually one of the largest contributor, and there is enough and big market within US, and we want to deeply penetrate into that market. Having said that, we also cater to Europe, Middle East, and the Indian markets, and we want to basically grow in these markets as well.
So far as the investments into the company is concerned, I believe you started with about 80 lakhs in the beginning, and about 160 odd crores have gone to the business so far. Was there any PE funding, or was it basically a project financing?
We were 100% bootstrapped, and when we started it, we raised money. We put our own money into this, and then after that, we did some personal loan, because at that point of time, the banks were not ready to give any loans. We did raise some personal loans. After that, once the business started making revenue and profit, the bank started, we started taking debt from there and build the business ground up. And very recently in July, we did raise about 250 crores from marquee investors like SteadView, ValueQuest, and Evolvence. And this money is basically being allocated for growth, both organic as well as inorganic. Largely, I would say inorganic growth.
And from the strategy point of view, what is your future outlook look like?
From a strategy standpoint, we have about 26 customers, and the first point is to basically penetrate deeply into each of the customer and increase the wallet share. That is the strategy number one. Strategy number two is look at expansion into space, because if you break it down into who we are essentially a high complex, high precision assembly manufacturer, right? And that particular capability augurs very well across, we started with tooling, but then it also augurs very well in nuclear. It potentially can augur very well in space and other places as well. So that's how we're thinking about it. Additionally, we are also looking at inorganic growth by acquisition as well.
Any geographies you looked at for acquisition?
We're looking at both Indian as well as US geographies for acquisition, and there are deal flows that we are looking at very carefully.
How old is this business?
This business is for 8 years.
Okay.
In 2016 we started, 8 years completed.
And how has been the growth?
The business is phenomenal. Significant good growth is there, except leaving COVID year where there was a dent. But post-COVID, it's picked up very well. We're doing very fantastic.
The top line is about 250 crores now?
The last year we did 208 crores, and this year I think we are expecting we exceed.
How is the CAGR?
So far CAGR 135%, and the future is going to be definitely good growth will be there.
How do you see the future of the industry? I mean the company and industry.
Industry as such, aerospace side, definitely good prospects is there. The reason is more aircraft and engine deliveries are backlogs are there, and forecasted demand also very high. And for that matter, companies like Boeing and Airbus, the large aircraft, or small aircraft, put together more than 40,000 aircraft is expected in the next maybe by 2040, which translate into engines of more than 125,000. So it gives opportunity definitely for India, and plus China plus policy is pushing Indian manufacturers towards more better destination for the manufacturing sector. And apart from aero sector, in general mechanical sector, whether it is energy sector or precision part side, growth is phenomenal. Post
Unimech's business model is basically export oriented. We are working out of functioning out of SEZ. So, do you see the global prospects going high?
Well, yes. As I said, China plus policy definitely helping us from OEM point of view, focusing more in Indian segment, and from Unimech perspective, as we are into MRO tooling, aerospace MRO tooling, their China plays very less, so almost zero. We definitely see the Indian opportunity is very high, and not just exports. We are also focusing on domestic side. Domestic players whether it's a Tata or those kind of companies are doing fantastic job. We wanted to support both government and non-government sectors in this growth journey.
As far as overseas business is concerned, so we address the US as well as the US Europe markets.
Yeah, we address almost 7 geographies, wherein Europe, US is a predominant high geography. Most of the revenue comes from US, some part of Europe as well.
Great.
Well, we hope you liked our video. In that case, please press the like button and do subscribe to our channel. And please don't forget to share this video with your social media groups. Thank you very much. See you soon with another video. Till then, happy weekend and stay safe.